Hey, so I am working on canning up this chicken. In another video, I'm going to tell you about this chicken that I am getting for 99 cents a pound right now. So we are eating a lot of chicken. But I never really did an update on how our grocery challenge went. And I can't remember if I told you that I carried the grocery challenge into February, but with not quite as strict. So you know that I was doing the Three Rivers challenge, and I shared meals along the way. But I'm just feeling in my heart, it's so hard. There's so many things I want to share, so many things that we do, so many things that as a large family we do that are unique to us, and it's very interesting. And we're still flipping a farmhouse, or we're redoing, we're not completely flipping it, but doing a lot of renovating in the farmhouse. We we homeschool. I sell my salves, and I have a salve business, and we have a little homestead farm that I am very, very excited about. You know, the Bell House is literally a dream coming true to me, and where I am, I have the time now, and I have the ability to share on social media. So I'm having a hard time honing in on what my niche is. And anybody who knows me, I have said this on every social media platform that I have had, that I'm struggling with sharing what is that niche supposed to be. So I think I'm kind of working actually on a schedule where I share a different thing every day, and but you're gonna know what day. For instance, Wednesdays I will do my decorating and crafting and decorating on a budget and the things that we are redoing and reworking. So that seems to be Wednesday is the day that I'm land on, because I joined some of my friends for so many challenges. And so like this coming Wednesday, we're going to be sharing our Easter haul and things that we have as we get ready for Easter. But I think that sharing how we feed our family, I just keep coming back to that, because I think in a day and age when everything has been more expensive, and I have fed a large family already through a recession, and here we are again at the cusp of so much going on. And I just really feel like sharing how we feed our large family. You may not be feeding 6 children still at home, but if you're feeding yourself, then your budget is stretched. If you're feeding 1 child or 2 children, we are all experiencing the cost of food and things like that in today's day and age. I think that this war in Iran is going to have a huge effect on our gas and oil prices. I could be wrong. I'm not a prophet. I could be wrong. However, I've lived through other wars in the Middle East. I'm sorry, it's not considered a war yet, but campaigns or whatever you want to call it. And there is always an effect. It always has an effect on anything that is shipped. So anything that uses gas to get from point A to point B is going to go up in price, because gas is going to go up in price. I could be wrong. I hope that I am. Lord, please let me be wrong. So I just thought I'm going to just share a little bit in March before I get really busy in the garden. I'm going to continue in March sharing some of the things that we do, some of our food hacks. I'm going to put a big thing out there, and I talked about this in January. Yes, my children eat ramen. They like ramen. I will not rely on foods like ramen to make the budget work. And I know that seems really like, but how do you make the budget work then when things get really tight? Have I ever bought ramen? Yes, I have. But there's other ways. There's healthy foods we can eat that are just as inexpensive, and long-term cheap food has major health ramifications. So there's always a price that is paid. If it's not paid in the front end when you buy the food, you're going to pay it at the back end after habitually eating cheap food. So there is a way to eat healthy food and have it still be within your budget. So I worked my numbers here. I had to sit, and this is partly why it took me a minute to get this video made with what we spent in January and February, because I really wanted to go through. I went through our bank account. I went through all my receipts. I've saved all my receipts from January and February. So I just really wanted to work those numbers, and this is what I've come up with. In January, during the Three Rivers Challenge, we spent $580, give or take a little bit, on groceries. In February, when I continued it. Now February, we added some of our drinks back in, and I had told you that I had to do a refresh on a lot of our dairy-free stuff. So in February, I spent $740. So I was trying to determine how many meals come out of this house. Now, I did not do snacks. So you have to remember, we are a homeschool family. We have a college student who goes away a couple days a week. So she's gone. So she has, you know, like 3 meals. She doesn't eat at home. But my husband is retired and home full time. I am home full time as a homeschooling mom and, you know, running my salve business. We babysit a couple of my grandchildren a couple days a week. Like, that is an ongoing thing. So the amount of meals, plus on Sundays, my son-in-law teaches a coding class to my children, so we always get dinner on Sunday with one of my children. So I mean, it's just so happy. But then I've had sewing classes with some of my other kids, and we always end up being together with somebody on a Sunday where we have more meals, whether it's boyfriends that come by. And I didn't even count boyfriends in here, but I love feeding people. Let me state that when I talk about how many people that we feed, for one, I know we're living a miracle, because God wants us to be hospitable, and he does not want us to hold tight onto our food. He wants us to be open-handed, and that is a blessing to be able to do that. But I also, at the end of every month, blows my mind what the Lord helps us do in what we create, because we eat good food. We really are food snobs. I mean, we eat really good food. So you're gonna love this. In the month of January, we fed, this is an estimate, okay? I went through my calendar to see what day we had what people over. I did the best I could. I'm sure this is off a little bit, but in the month of January, we served 762 meals. And the way that works is how many people ate 3 meals a day, how many people ate 2 meals a day, how many people, you know, if we had some, like Monday, Tuesday, Monday, okay, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, no, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, we only have 8 people at home. So on those days that we're feeding 8 people, eat 3 meals, that's 24 meals from on, you know, Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday that are served. But then we have 12 days a month where we have 10 people eating 3 meals. So that's going to be 30 meals a day coming out of this house, because it's 10 people eating 3 meals. So we have 360 meals that that represent 12 of those days. And then we have 4 days a month, usually Sunday, that we are feeding anywhere from 11 to 14 people 1 meal. So that's going to be 44 to 56 meals that come out of that Sunday dinner time. But then on that Sunday, we have 8 people who eat 2 more meals. So they'll eat, you know, breakfast and a light dinner that night. Now, this is not including snacks. This is just our breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So for January, we fed 762 meals. In February, we fed 750 meals. February is a shorter month, and then there were some days I didn't have my grandbabies, so there were less. So if we do the math, you guys, this is phenomenal. In January, for everybody that I fed, so 762 meals, the cost was 76 cents per meal per person. So whenever we sat down and we had our venison steak and our veggie side and our cornbread and all the things that you saw that we ate through January, it averaged out that those meals cost each person sitting around the table 76 cents per meal. You guys, that is phenomenal. And then in February, because the month was shorter, I spent more. Remember, I said I brought drinks back in, and then I also restocked on some dairy-free stuff. February cost us 98 cents per meal per person. So my family is eating organic, whole foods. We don't eat a bunch of junk. I did in March buy some cereal, and we're going to talk about that when I go over our grocery shopping, but we do not buy prepared foods. We make our foods here. We are an ingredient household. So we will spend March, April, May really stocking up. We will stock the pantry, and I'll be sharing a video of our pantry restock. But then starting in June, we'll shift how we shop, and we will then buy we'll be eating out of the garden, so I'll buy more meat and we'll stock up meat. Right now I'm stocking up on things like vinegar and anything to make jam as I'm coming into the canning season. So when I'm shopping in March, April, and May, it's not just the food that we're going to be eating for less than $1 a meal, but I'm also stocking up for the canning season. So there's just a rhythm that I have kind of gotten into to help us save money and make the most of our meals. So anyway, I'm canning up chicken right now. Is canning worth it? Yes, it is. It's worth it because if you have leftovers, sorry about the weird forehead, my camera is falling. If you have leftovers, it can be canned up. And then when you're canning it, yes, there's the water that goes into it, and yes, there's the electricity that goes into it, or your propane or your gas, however you're canning it. But then that's not sitting in a freezer, that's sitting on a shelf. So once it's done, it's one and done, and you've got food sitting there for 5 years, as long as it's out of the sunlight and your seal is good. So we're gonna be talking about canning this year a lot. And we're gonna be talking about the garden. Is it worth it? Does it work out cost-wise? It really doesn't. It's cheaper, so much cheaper to just buy your fruits and vegetables when they go on sale. So that's going to be something. Where are we at in each of our season in life? What makes sense for you? What makes sense for me is not going to make sense for you. But we all should take advantage. Don't mind my dirty clothes back there. It is what it is. But we should all take advantage of when stores have loss leaders, and what a loss leader is when there's a sale that they use. They'll put it out on their sign to draw you into the store so that you will buy that chicken. This chicken was 99 cents a pound, guys. 99 cents a pound for very good chicken. This tastes so good. So I've been buying this up. We've been canning it. We've been eating it. Now is the time to make meals for people. As Christian families, we should be making meals and taking it to people. Now is the time. This is the cost. You can just throw it. It comes frozen, so you can just throw it in the freezer, or like I'm thawing it out, cooking it, and then canning what we don't finish eating. So you take advantage of things like loss leaders, but you got to be able to go into the store and not buy other things. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We're going to kind of focus on. I'm still going to do my projects. We're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about my salves and herbs, because even that, there's a way to do that. There's a way to build your apothecary. There's a way to build your herbs or your teas or things like that and not break the bank, because that's what can be really hard, is to figure out what is worth spending money on. And I'm gonna give you an example. While I was doing raw milk, I bought some cheese, things like some cheese presses. Now I have made cheese forever and ever and ever. I don't know why I needed these cheese presses. I don't know why. I just all of a sudden decided I wanted them, and I bought them one day. I've used them once. Those are the kind of things we don't want to do. And so that's what I think we're going to talk about. And in this large family journey, we have learned how to stretch our budget, and it's fun and it's exciting. I've always said that the frugal game, to me, it's fun. I like researching frugality. I like researching the best ways to save money. I like saying, how can I take this rice dish and make it the most healthy that I can make it in the season and situation that I'm in. So that's what we're gonna do. Friends, enjoy this. I was so excited to find out how my Three Rivers Challenge financially worked out. And I'm so excited because guess what? With the money that I saved, I'm looking at fruit trees to buy to put into the orchard. So see, the money still gets spent. It just gets spent in a different way. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Hugs, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video, and follow along if you would like to start talking a little bit more about how to feed your family or just yourself healthy food on a budget. All right, have a great night.